Good morning, children, and welcome to your social science class. Today, again, we'll be taking a geography topic. Yesterday and day before yesterday, I discussed about Saudi Arabia, a hot desert region. And hot deserts were lying mainly on the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn. And today, I will be taking very interesting topic that is about the temperate grasslands, and in that we'll be taking prairies. Okay, now when I will be sharing screen with you all, there you will see many temperate grasslands are there. And you know where these temperate grasslands are lying? They are lying between Tropic of Cancer and Arctic Circle, and Tropic of Capricorn and Antarctic Circle. So yesterday we studied about the areas which were lying on the Tropic of Cancer, means especially hot desert regions. And today we are discussing the topic which are lying between Tropic of Cancer and Arctic Circle, Tropic of Capricorn and Antarctic Circle. When we talk about Tropic of Cancer, it means 23.5 degree north. And when we're talking about Arctic Circle, it means we're talking about 66.5 degree north. Similarly, down below the equator, when we're talking about Tropic of Capricorn, it means I'm talking about 23.5 degrees south. And when I'm talking about Antarctic Circle, it means I'm talking about 66.5 degrees south. So children, today we are going to discuss about the temperate grasslands. Most of the grasslands, they are found in the temperate zone. When I will share map with you all, then this point will be more clear to you. Okay, and these zones are lying in both the hemispheres. So we are finding these grasslands in both the hemisphere. Now I will share screen with you all, then this thing will become more clear to you what I want to say and share. Now see, temperate grasslands, and we'll be studying the prairies. Okay, children? Now, I've shared this map with you all. Important grasslands of the world. Now you see, I said Tropic of Cancer and Arctic Circle, and then Tropic of Capricorn and Antarctic Circle. Prairies are the grasslands. Steppes are all the grasslands. Wells are the grasslands. Pampas are the grasslands. And downs in Australia are all the grasslands. Steppes in Russia. Prairies in North America. Pampas in South America. Wells in Africa, South Africa, and downs in Australia. So major we are having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now see children, Tropic of Cancer, Arctic Circle, and Tropic of Capricorn and Antarctic. So mainly grasslands are lying in these areas. And yesterday we studied that about the hot desert areas, they were lying between Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. Okay. Now today what we are going to discuss about the grasslands in North America, that is prairies. That is prairies. Okay. You know, what does the French word prairie means? It means a meadow or a grassland. The French word prairie means a meadow or a grassland. Now, we are going to study about what? We are going to study about prairies. Is it clear? Now I'll move further. Now see, I've brought images for you. Prairies, steppes in Russia, pampas in South America, wells in, these pampas in South America, wells in South Africa, and downs in Australia. Now see, most of the grasslands are found in the temperate zone. Most of the grasslands, they are found in the temperate zone. This zone lies in both the hemisphere, I told you. Again, I'm repeating, in the northern hemisphere, it is lying between the Arctic Circle and the Tropic of Cancer. And in the southern hemisphere, it is lying between the Tropic of Capricorn and the Antarctic Circle, that is 66.5 degrees south. Now see children, these areas are known by different names in different continents. So we are having 5 important grasslands, temperate grasslands. Names are prairies in North America, steppes in Russia, pampas in South America, wells in South Africa, and downs in Australia. So what you have to remember, all these 5, okay, along with the places where they are found. Okay, nothing to be repeated. It should be very clear. See, how you can remember is P. In North America also prairies, starting with P. In South America also pampas, starting with P. So in North America and South America, if you forget, you can remember, no, they both were starting with P. Australia is the last continent which is down, downs in Australia. So what you have to remember is steppes in Russia and wells in South Africa. Is it clear? So children, you have to learn these things and you have to keep some things in mind to compare. When you compare and learn, everything becomes very clear. Okay, you are getting my point? When you are comparing and learning, everything becomes very clear. Now, what are grasslands? They are land covered with grass as natural vegetation. They are land covered with grass as natural vegetation. Now, what are prairies? Question here is, what are prairies? They are a vast stretch of flat land covered by tall grasses. The grass remains green in summer and turns brown in autumn. The grass remains green in summer and turns brown in autumn. There are no trees. There are no trees. Earlier, they were the grazing grounds of bisons. Today, most of the land has been cleared and occupied for agriculture. So what are prairies? They are vast stretch of land, flat land covered by tall grasses, and these grass, they remains green in summer and they turn brown in autumn. And there are no trees. What they're having? Tall grasses. Earlier, they were the grazing grounds of bisons. Today, most of the land has been cleared and occupied for agriculture. And previously what it was? It was a grazing land for ground of bisons. Grasslands are away from the equator. Therefore, they have low temperature and rainfall. Very important point. Grasslands, they are away from the equator. This only we studied that they are lying between the Tropic of Cancer and Arctic Circle and Tropic of Capricorn and Antarctic Circle. It means they are away from the equator. And places which are away from the equator, they have low temperature and rainfall. And you all know places near the equator are very hot and they are having rainfall also. So they are away from the equator, So they are having less rainfall and low temperature. Okay, now we are going to study different headings under this. First heading which will be coming to our screen is about the location. About the location we will be going to study. Now prairies are a vast stretch of gently sloping grassland located in the interior part of North America. See here, interior part of North America. Can you see this? It includes the southern part of Canada and central United States. Southern parts of Canada and central United States. Grasslands away from the equator. There are vast stretch of gently sloping grasslands located in the interior part of North America. And it is including what? Southern parts of Canada and central United States. And central United States. Now, the western part of the grassland is hilly while the eastern part is flat. What's the land feature? The western part of the grassland is hilly while the eastern is flat. So western is hilly and eastern is flat. Two important rivers are draining this region. Name them. Mississippi and Missouri. Mississippi and Missouri are the two important rivers which drain this region. Now children, can you see these 5 lakes here? Yes, you can see this. These are the 5 lakes, can you see? Okay, now just enhance your knowledge. Just see these lakes, 1, 2, 3, 4. All these 5 lakes, they are known as Great Lakes, which you'll be studying in the further classes. Okay, these are the Great Lakes. I'll just read the names. Lake Superior, Lake Michigan, Lake Huron, Lake Erie, Lake Ontario, and all these lakes, they are these blue color. Can you see this blue color? They are known as Great Lakes. They all are known as the Great Lakes. 2 rivers are there, Mississippi and Missouri. Now I will just tell you about the summers also. Since they are located in the interior of the continent, the prairies have extreme climate. The region has long hot summers with temperature of around 20 degrees centigrade and cold winters with temperature reaching up to minus 20 degree centigrade. Okay. Now, few words are given here. Bison, that's a wild ox. Sparsely means in a less quantity. Descendants means people following the family line. Okay. Now see, climate. Little bit I am just increasing the size, children. 1 minute. Okay. Yeah. Now see, the climate of this region is as follows. Winters are cold and dry. Summers are hot with a moderate rainfall. I just wanted to show you these rivers first. Just see them. Mississippi and Missouri. Beautiful. Just see how neat they are. So both these rivers are draining this region. Both these rivers are draining this region. Okay. Now, when we talk about this climate, the climate of this region is as follows. Winters are cold and dry. Summers are hot with a moderate rainfall. I just now read also. Moderate rainfall of about 50 to 70 centimeter with a variation from year to year occurs in this region during summer. This type of climate is called the continental climate. This type of climate is called the continental climate. So winters are cold and dry, summers are hot with a moderate rainfall. 52 centimeter moderate rainfall is there. Variation from year to year occurs in this region during summers. And this type of climate is called the continental climate. Hot winds called Chinook blow in spring. Hot wind called Chinooks blow in springs. They are warm and dry winds. They are warm, hot winds. So we have used the warm and dry winds, also known as Chinook. The Chinook winds raise the temperature of the prairies in a short time during winter. These lines I am telling you for enhancing your knowledge. The Chinook winds raise the temperature of the prairies in a short time during winter. They are famously known as snow eater. Okay, they are famously known as snow eater, Chinook winds. Okay, so where they are blowing, they blow down to the east of Rocky Mountains. They are blowing down east of the Rocky Mountains. Now, the prairie regions lies in a rain shadow area, an area which is away from the path of rain bearing winds. This is lying in where? In rain shadow region. And what is rain shadow area? An area which is away from the path of rain bearing winds. Rain bearing winds means the winds which bring rain with them. Okay. Now comes the vegetation. Most parts of these regions, they are dry or receive less rainfall. Therefore, this region is almost treeless. It means there are no large tree. There are no large tree. A few trees are found along the riverside. Few trees are found along the riverside. Grass grows well as the climate is suitable. Okay. The eastern part receives more rainfall, which helps in the growth of tall trees, that is 2 meters high. Tall grasses which are 2 meters high, while in the drier west, the grasses are short. So one comparison I want to tell you, the west, here also they have told, just I was reading from some other. The western part, which is hilly, is used for cattle grazing, and the eastern part is used for cultivation as there is fertile area. So main reason is what? Because the eastern part is receiving more rainfall. Because the eastern part is receiving more rainfall. That's why tall grasses are found there. Okay? Because the eastern part is receiving more rainfall, it helps in the growth of tall trees 2 meters high. It is not, I'm giving you just knowledge. Tall trees 2 meters high, while the western part, that is the drier part, the grasses are short. So this difference should be very clear to you, that the grasses are tall in the eastern areas and the grasses are short in the western areas. Is it clear? Grasses are tall in the eastern area as compared to the western area. Now I'll read from here. A few trees are found along the riverside. Grass grows well as the climate is suitable. As the climate is suitable. The western part, which is hilly, is used for cattle grazing, because the growth of grass is less now. That's why, because they are hilly also, the western part is hilly also, so it is used for cattle grazing. Is it clear? The eastern part is used for maize cultivation and the central fertile area is used for the cultivation of wheat. See, eastern part is used for the cultivation of maize, and the central fertile area is used for cultivation of wheat. So what we are having? Western we are having for cattle grazing, eastern we are having for maize cultivation, and the central fertile area is used for cultivation of wheat. So how many areas we have divided? The western, the eastern, and the central. The western, the eastern, and the center. Western, I am making you learn, children, again. Western for cattle grazing, eastern for maize cultivation, and central for wheat cultivation. Okay, I think these 3 points are very clear to you. Now, the prairie regions, they are called the granaries of the world. They are called the granary of the world because of extensive wheat farming carried there. Why prairie regions are called the granaries of the world? Granary of the world because extensive, large-scale wheat cultivation is found there. Now, life of the people in the prairies. Life of the people in the prairies. The prairies of USA are sparsely populated. Most of the people are the descendants of the European settlers, while others are farmer. While others are farmer. Now, some grow crops and some live near livestock. Some grow crops and some live near livestock. Those who live near livestock, they are called gauchos. Okay, now see. Prairies of USA, they are sparsely populated. Most of the people descendants of the European settlers, while others are farmers. Some grow crops and some rear livestock. Those who rear livestock, they are called gauchos. Farming in the prairie region. Farming in the prairie region. The farms in this region are huge and extensive. Extensive means very big. Very big farms are found in the prairie region. They occupy hundreds of acres of land. They occupy hundreds of acres of land. All the agriculture activities are done with the help of machines and scientific methods, and fertilizers are used. Scientific methods and fertilizers are used. They are using combine harvesters also. Now, what are combine harvesters? They are large machines used to perform various activities like sowing, plowing, harvesting, and thrashing at the same time. So what are combine harvesters? Means the word combine. What is it telling? That they are large machines that perform various activities like sowing, plowing, harvesting, and thrashing. So all these activities are done by a single machine. See, they are advanced so much. They are mechanized machines and all. So every work is done very fast also. Now, as you all know, center part is known as the wheat basket of the world, prairies. Wheat is also produced in large quantity. So this region is sometimes called the wheat basket of the world. Other major crops of this region are maize, barley, rice, and oats. Now, children, they are using intensive farming also. They are using extensive farming also. Now, what is intensive farming? A farming of high production in a small area of land. In a small area of land. When you are cultivating in a small area of land, that also with high machines or high production when we are taking from that land, that is known as intensive farming, or we can say intensive cultivation also. So farming of high production in a small area of land is known as intensive farming. You know, children, soil in the grasslands is very fertile and is called genosium. Now we'll be discussing cattle rearing. Now we are going to discuss cattle rearing. First occupation of the people of the prairie region is agriculture, and the second is cattle rearing. So we are discussing about now cattle rearing. The western part is not suitable for growing crops because it's a hilly area and infertile, and rainfall is also very low. That is why people in these area rear animals. They are rearing animals. In which part? In the western part, which is less fertile, and rainfall is very less also in this area. In which area? In the western area. So children, when you are revising these things, please keep these things in mind. Why we are saying western area, they are going for cattle rearing? Because it is hilly, infertile, and rainfall is low. Infertile and rainfall is low. That is why people in this area rear animal. They have large estates or farms called ranches where cattle are reared. Where cattle are reared. Now, what are here? Just see. What are ranches? Now, ranches are the large farms in USA and Canada where cattle and sheep are reared. So, what are ranches? They are large farms where, in which place? In USA and Canada, where the cattle and sheep are reared. Now, when we are talking about cattle rearing and all, so cattle are reared here mainly for what? Mainly for milk products. It is reared mainly for milk products. Okay, and this region is famous for ranching. Now, the cattle provide food in the form of milk and meat. Quite obvious. When you are rearing cattle, what you will get? Meat and milk. This region is famous for cattle ranches. In the western part, sheep are reared for wool and meat, as I read you. Okay. Cows are reared for milk and milk products. Beef is an important part of the diet of the Americans. Beef, that is meat. And which city is an important center for slaughtering of animals? Can you imagine? Chicago. And Chicago is also known as the Windy City of America. Okay. So name the city which is known for slaughtering of animals. Immediately this should strike your mind, that is Chicago. Okay. Now see, I've shown you beautiful pictures of ranches. Just see ranches, large farms in USA and Canada where cattle and sheep are reared. Where cattle and sheep are reared for milk and milk products. Okay, children. Now, Chicago, important center for slaughtering of animals. Important center for slaughtering of animals. And you know, beef is exported to many European countries. Beef is exported to many European countries. Many minerals are found in the prairie region. Many minerals are also found in the prairie region. Now I'll just read for you all that what type of minerals. Many minerals are there, and with the result, ore crushing factories and oil refineries have also been developed because of the minerals. Meat packing and flour mills are the most important industries. Why? Because slaughtering of animals, it's an important center. Chicago and Prairie region is known as the wheat basket of the world. Prairie region, that's what they're having many flour mills for these. They're having industries of these flour mills. Now the minerals, I told you many minerals are also found in the prairie regions. They are iron and coal. The availability of minerals that are iron and coal provides an excellent network of transport, and the Great Lakes, which I told you about, have contributed to the development of industries. So industries include iron and coal especially. They are providing an excellent network of transport. Secondly, the Great Lakes of this region, they have contributed to the development of industries. Though sparsely populated, the entire region has a well-developed network of roads and railways. Okay, children, the rivers are used to transport bulky goods to major cities and ports. This I am giving you little bit extra. You should also try to keep in your knowledge. So both the rivers are supporting the transport system. Industries, coal and iron provides an excellent network of transport, and the Great Lakes of this region have contributed to the development of industries. Okay, children. So now we'll have quick review also what we have studied. See the beautiful pictures, ranches, Missouri, both the rivers Mississippi, they are helping in the development of now prairie region, development of prairie region. Now quick review we'll have. The temperate grasslands lies between 23.5 and 66.5 degree in both the hemisphere. The temperate grasslands of North America are called the prairies, which we have studied today. The prairies lie in Canada and USA. They produce a huge quantity of wheat. That's why it is known as wheat basket of the world. Ranches are the farms where cattle are reared. And you know the prairies are sparsely populated. Meat packing and flour mills are the most important industries. Okay, wheat mills and all. And you know, Chicago is an important center for slaughtering of animals. Beef is exported to European countries, and many minerals are found, especially iron and coal. Now, children, today I have taken these temperate grasslands, and in that I discussed with you all the prairies which lie in North America. Hope you might have enjoyed this session with me. I'm just showing all the temperate grasslands, prairies, tepees, pampas, wells, downs in Australia. You might have enjoyed studying with me also. So now I'm taking leave from you all. Please watch the video and try to understand what the teachers are teaching. Okay, children. Yesterday, 2 days back, we started with the hot desert region, and today I have taken temperate grassland for you all. I'll bring many more interesting chapters with and discuss with you. Hope you'll enjoy with me. Now I'm stop sharing the screen, children. So once again, I would like to request you all, please try to understand from the video what we are teaching you all, and please pay attention when you're watching. Stay safe and stay blessed, and take care.